just a common pincer, and then that was it. You now have 6 figures in Pokemon. Guys, and welcome back to another video. Pokemike here, and today I've got a really exciting video that I've wanted to do for a long time. We're going to be talking to Anthony. He is literally one of a kind. I don't know anyone else like him in the hobby. He is 18 years old. He's been in the hobby 9 to 10 years, and his Pokemon vintage collection is worth 6 figures. Like, I've been wanting to pick his brains and ask questions about his journey, about the hobby, how he got to where he has. You know, he hasn't just been handed this money. He's not, you know, wealthy and can just spend 6 figures and enter in the hobby. This is a collection built up over time. So I'm really excited, and I really hope you enjoy today's video. So you've been collecting for like 9 to 10 years. How did you get from just being a 10-year-old kid collecting Pokemon cards to owning a 6-figure vintage Pokemon collection? Like, how did that story go? How did you get from common modern cards to ridiculously expensive vintage cards?
So I started off with like just collecting the modern sets. I think I started Black and White era, and a bit before then.
So that was your base set.
Yeah. So I started like just buying booster boxes, just opening for fun, as you do as a kid.
Yeah.
I just put all my pocket money into it. Christmas, birthday, any money that I got, I put into savings. And then like my mum just used to buy me.
So you would just get money for Christmas, money for birthday, and you saved that away. You didn't even spend it.
No, I didn't save that, but any like pocket money I got every month, I spent on Pokemon. And then I spent then my mum bought me Pokemon cards for Christmas and birthday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To open stuff. So obviously I opened that a lot, or booster box every set, and then I carried on for quite a few years till
it just escalated quickly.
And also I was picking up like raw cards. Like I remember picking up Shining Charizard, Gold Star Zard. And I was opening up a lot of EX series packs. They're still really cheap back then.
How were you getting like a Shining Charizard back then, or was it literally just
I was
like
just
20
on
quid?
eBay.
Was it just £20?
Yeah, it was literally I think £60-70, and like a Gold Star about 80. Like
so obviously those cards were out before before Black and White.
Yeah, so I just liked them. I think.
Did you just see other people with them, or were you just like looking on?
I just like looked on
old sets and stuff.
I was just on eBay. I think.
You're like, this looks cool.
Yeah, I just picked out. Like, I really like the look of it, especially the Gold Star. It really pops.
And then what? You just held them for literally like 10
I kept
years.
them raw, and also picked up a few years after I started collecting a PSA 9 Shadowless Charizard for £200.
And that was just savings that you'd put aside as a kid.
Think I spent that on. I think I used my savings for that.
So obviously, a lot of people like this is where I think you're really unique. You're like, I don't know any other collector like you because of your age and the value of your collection. Like most people who would have been a teenager at the time, if their collection that they've been spending £100 here, there, every few months on, if their collection got to 5 figures, they would have just sold that and blown it on clothes or just things like that. How did you? What made you hold on to it?
I think I'm more of a kid. Like I just liked it, so I just kept going at it.
You still loved it. You still loved it.
Still loved it.
Yeah.
And I definitely have had times where I thought, oh, I might sell up, but I have stopped collecting for like a few months here and there.
Yeah.
But I've always just carried on for like a decade.
But you never sold. You just had a break almost. Or...
So, sometimes I've kept them aside for a few months. I always got back into it.
So how did you even get into Pokemon to start with? Because obviously, like for me, I was there when base set was out, and obviously there was the craze, and everyone had it, and that's how I got into it. But like, as someone who got into it at Black and White, like, what was the story behind that?
8 or 9. So my friends used to collect them. We also played the games Black and White because it came out just before the cards. So we all got the games, battled each other, played the games with each other and stuff. Like went round each other's houses. And when I was about 9-ish, 8 or 9, my friend gave me a Pinsir card from Secret Wonders.
Yeah.
It was just an uncommon, but that was my first ever card, and like that just started it all for collecting cards.
Just a common Pinsir, and then that was it. You now have 6 figures in Pokemon.
Yeah, I remember then I was like to my mum, like, can you buy me some Pokemon cards? So she went to WH Smith and got me a Tangrowth theme deck from Call of Legends.
and that was it. That was
Yeah.
it. You were hooked.
Yeah, that's-
When you guys were playing the game and collecting the cards, how popular was it? Because obviously for me, like everyone had it in school when
I'd
it
say
came out first.
I'd say a good third of the class collected and played.
Okay, so that's
a
still
good 10 people.
like I thought that would have been less, to be honest. Like because it came when I was a kid. It just came in.
I know,
base
my
set.
friend-
It died out so quick.
Yeah, I think my friend fell out of it in like when I was probably about 11, just before he left for.
Yeah.
Cool.
But you kept going.
Yeah, I kept going.
Were you the only one out of your like friends group that kept going, or
Yeah,
was there a few
I think
others?
most of them stopped when we were about year 5, so about 10 years old. So we
You speak to them now at all?
No.
I was going to say, that's going to be a sore spot, sure. So, obviously, I know you're selling your booster boxes that you have at the moment. Why are you selling? What's the reasons for selling your?
I've always wanted
vintage?
a first ed base box. I don't.
So you're going for first ed base, just one item, and you're going to have that.
I think I've always wanted that since I was about 13, 14ish.
So that's been a long time coming.
And I never thought I'd get it because they were like 60 grand back then.
Yeah.
Never thought, but now I've obviously built up my collection. They've gone up so much. I'm in a position where I could sell and potentially get one. So I'm like, I'm going to go for that.
You just need one to come up for sale, I guess.
Really.
That's the main problem. Obviously, you've got to sell the rest of what you've got.
That shouldn't be a problem, as we know.
To get the money. I mean, yeah, they are selling quicker than ever, as we both know. We're both really surprised by that. Obviously, you put really high firm prices.
Definitely,
I think we both expected you to be waiting a few months. Sell maybe one a month, or one every few months
to sell one. But on some boxes I put like really high prices. Obviously, I'm not expecting to get there. I was always going to be a bit negotiable on something.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
But like my Team Rocket box sold for 5,500. I didn't really expect that. I've seen others cheaper.
Yeah, and I think it was the same with my box. And obviously your base 2 box as well.
Yeah,
like
I know UAE.
There was some available for slightly less than what you sold, I think.
Yeah, I remember UAE.
Not on eBay now,
did
but
a raffle for that base 2 box where he broke it and selling the packs. And I got just below what he's getting.
Same price. Yeah, pretty much the same price.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is nuts. Yeah. I guess as always, you just don't know what.
I think some people just think, look, this is the only chance because you don't see many people with like 10.
It's now or never.
Yeah, it's now or never. You don't see people selling the amount of boxes I am. Really?
No, not at all.
And people just think,
whole collection.
Yeah, now there's time to get it before I miss out. Like, I remember missing out on so many good opportunities. Like, you just have to go for them now.
Yeah.
As soon as it's up.
So obviously, all the sealed boxes you've got now is worth like a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah.
6 figures, we're talking. How did you just sell those raw cards?
Yeah, I remember this year
when you were younger.
End of last year. Beginning of this year, sold up. But apart from my booster box, I had like all my singles from sets. I had a few graded stars and stuff like that. And
so was that all of that literally funded the booster boxes that you bought?
Not all of it. About maybe a third of it.
How much do you think of your own money you've put into Pokemon so far? Like, if you had to take a guess, are you talking £1,000? And
probably the initial collection before I started buying boxes. Out my savings, probably about no more than £5,000, I'd say, and that's over like 10 years nearly.
Yeah. So I mean, you split that over 10 years. It's literally like £50 a month. So obviously, that's anyone could have put that sort of money in. But how much do you know? How much of your savings you also put in on top for the boxes at all?
Quite a lot.
If you don't mind asking.
Probably around 25-30 grand.
Okay.
And then the rest has just been
was just savings from working and
then
you've
just
put away
Christmas, birthday money from my mum's always made me. She's always kept my savings till I was about 16.
Okay. So she looked after them.
Yeah, she looked after them.
Luckily,
yeah. Right.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have.
I don't know. I definitely give her credit for definitely making me save that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then obviously I spent that, and then I just kept putting all my money into boxing as soon as I could.
Yeah. And that obviously paid
I
off.
just saw the investment last year. I just thought, right, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Now or never, really.
It's worked out well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So obviously I know you're selling, obviously you want to get your base first ed box, but I also know you're going into modern.
Yeah.
What is the move?
I just want to.
What's the reasons for the move from vintage to
I
modern?
just want to run a small business. That's my living. Don't want to make tens of thousands, but just something that I can live off. And yeah.
So it's not necessarily an investment in modern.
No,
It's you actually want to buy modern, you want to resell
but I am
it,
investing.
and you want to
in
make
it as
a
well.
small business out of
Yeah,
it.
I'm also investing.
Yeah, of course.
Just setting stuff that
Yeah.
I just know will shoot up, like Burning Shadows, Shining Legends.
I mean, if you're buying the stock to sell on, why not keep like a small percentage of it back? Because you know what the market is like. You know what it does. A few years later, it's just worth more. If you had to pick one modern set to invest in, which would it be? Not talking business wise to resell, but like to invest
Legends
in.
and Burning Shadows. Just Shining Legends. Let's start off with. It's just like the Shinings in PSA 10.
So
and
nice.
Raw.
The cards are
They're
so
nice as well. Really like them new,
Yeah.
actually. That's stunning. Like they're just in the hundreds now. And like the product.
And how old is that now? That's what
3 years coming up
4
in
years?
November.
Yeah. Oh, so it's not 3 years yet.
And the sealed stuff's still relatively accessibly cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's bound, just because the cards have gone up, it's bound that the sealed's going to go up. So,
and they're shiny cards, right?
And then Burning Shadows.
Everyone loves to hunt them down.
Yeah, and Burning Shadows, like last month, or like a month or two ago, boxes were hitting 250 each.
Yeah,
it kind of
and
it
then they
did came down
down
for a while, but then it had that small restock back 2 to 3%, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
so I think
prices
you're right.
down.
If you went into that now, like obviously it's dropped.
Yeah,
it's had a
dropped down
it's
to
had a
like
small
150,
reprint.
180 a box.
Chances are it's probably not going to get another reprint.
No. So I reckon it's just
And
it's a matter of a few months really before that goes back up to 200, 250 a box.
First rainbow rare Charizard as well, isn't it?
Actually, I think that's probably one of my favourites, to be fair.
What the
Charizard
Charizard
it's on its own, I guess.
Shadows.
Or I also like
there's so many
the Unbroken Bonds one.
teams.
I'm not keen on the Charizard that breaks them, but I like the Burning Shadow and the Unbroken Bonds.
I think for some reason, even though there was a Charizard in Cosmic Eclipse, that wasn't why I opened a booster box.
It's just
normally I go after sets because there's a Charizard, but there was just so many other cards that were looked really cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you had to invest in a vintage set, obviously I know you're selling, but if you had to invest in a WotC vintage
like
set,
when we're talking like PSA, booster box, I'd say Team Rocket, just because I've always preferred Team Rocket than Jungle and Fossil. It's always been cheaper as well, somehow.
It's got much big hitters, hasn't it?
And it's got like the Charizard, the Dark Blastoise, the Dragonite, the Magneton,
so
that's
many.
top one in Unlimited. And
there's just so many big cards in that set. For considering this is like you said, it's pretty much the same or sometimes cheaper than Jungle and Fossil. But the cards you can chase in that set are massive.
A lot better,
2 starters and a Dragonite. And it's slightly different. Obviously Jungle and Fossil, they've got the names of the cards, but Team Rocket had everything was dark. It was just a bit extra and at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason I skipped that set when I got my booster boxes. I wanted base and I wanted the gym sets, but Jungle and Fossil I was never that fussed about for some reason. Obviously I had them when I was younger. I remember collecting them, but I think it was just because there wasn't any cards in it that I was like, oh my god.
It's quite a plain set. It's nothing. Big popping cards that are popular.
And I skipped Rocket for some reason.
Maybe Dragonite and Fossil.
Sorry, I always forget about Dragonite and Fossil. And that is a really nice card. I really do like the artwork.
I like how they did red and hollows of each card in most of them sets. That's definitely made it a lot nicer too.
I've got a PSA 10 first edition non-hollow Dragonite just because I love the rainbow colour on the back. Because obviously it's you can see the colours better when it's not a hollow.
Yeah.
But in comparison, I think if I had to pick another one, not that I'm buying anymore, I'd definitely get Team Rocket.
Yeah, definitely.
And would you prefer unlimited or first edition? Like,
I don't know if it really matters. Obviously, first edition, it's first edition, so obviously if I had the money, yeah. But also, unlimited, maybe slightly undervalued, because I know I definitely sold mine for a good price. But I've seen other boxes.
The Pop One Magneton and stuff like that, do you think? Or just because as first edition gets out of reach that people just go unlimited?
Yeah. And also just because I've seen boxes for like a bit cheaper than mine was. It's always made me thought it's a bit undervalued.
Like, it's undervalued. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that one. So if you had... do you have any regrets? Like anything you sold, anything you let go that you were like, why did I let go of that?
Definitely, yeah. I can say I can regret it, but I put the money into booster boxes, so really it's gone up equally.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's a lot of times where I've sold something and you look back and it's like, I sold that so cheap, but then you put that money back in, it doesn't really make a difference.
No.
I guess it's only if you took that money and spent it on,
I sold
like TV or something.
Yeah, I've sold like all my PSA and Raw cards, but I don't regret that because I put it into boxes that have gone up equally as much, and I think I preferred them at the time.
Yeah, if you've reinvested all of it, I guess it's hard to have any regret, especially when you've got the collection you've got right now. Why would you regret any of that?
Yeah.
So, was there anything that was what was your best purchase, like in terms of value gain? Was it one of those cards that you bought from when you were 12 and then sold when you were like 60?
The Shadowless Charizard PSA 9 I got for £200 and I sold it for £1,200 a few months back.
That's like sixfold. Like,
but obviously, that was big then.
Yeah. But how many years? Sorry, how long was that gap roughly?
I really want to know this as well myself, but I'd say I could guess maybe like 7-ish years, I guess.
Oh, okay. Quite a long time. But when you consider the fact that it's pretty much doubled, like, well, not doubled, but it's gone up like 6 times in just over 6 years. So
yeah, and then
it's still crazy.
But like value in the shortest amount of time, putting my base jungle and fossil boxes, I got for 5,000 in May last year.
You bought them both for 5?
Yeah, all 3 for 5,000.
What was it? Base, jungle, and
fossil,
rocket?
unlimited.
Fossil for £5,000.
Yeah, and that was a big purchase.
When was that? Last year?
May last year. And
yeah, I get. Yeah, and that's what the prices were. Wasn't it?
More than quadrupled in price in just over a year.
In 1 year. I mean, no one expected this year to be what
I knew they would go up. I saw the investment, but
I mean that's why you invested, right?
Yeah, didn't expect it to go up this much.
How long did you think it was going to be? Like,
I just thought.
Did you think 5 years, 10 years?
What, to get the price they are now? Yeah. Probably 5 years. Probably. Yeah.
Literally 1 year.
Just can't remember the base box was £700 in like 2015, 2016-ish.
How much? 700 for a base box in 2015.
Yeah, 2016-ish.
And now what? We're talking more than 10 times.
Yeah.
It's 10 grand. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't let mine go.
5 years. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, it has been.
Yeah.
So, I just want to ask you one last question, which is, you know how we've had a reprint of base, we had Evolutions come out. If Pokemon ever done another reprint of a old set in that sort of style, where obviously it is same artwork but cards are different, what set would you want? I think realistically, do you have a favourite set?
Realistically, they'll probably go to Gen 2, Gen 3 next, etc. So I think it's just all the
generations one by one.
Yeah, it's just bound to happen. I think. I just see the investment like Evolution. You could pick up boxes for £90, £100 each. And they go back. And in a matter of like, yes, Evolution was heavily printed, but now it started just going up. Because obviously everyone's running out of stocks.
The supply was massive. Everyone went crazy for it, as expected. Like,
but I'd definitely pick up any reprint sets.
Yeah, so you reckon the next set would be Neo Gen, the base set of Gen 2,
Neos,
and then a Gen after each one. That would be really good good idea. Like, I'd love it if they done that.
I can't. I'd definitely put. I might even be tempted to open if they make a reprint of black and white eventually.
Yeah, just to open those cards again. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I hope they do that. That'd be awesome. Anyway, I just want to say thanks for coming on. I will put your Instagram in the description below. I've wanted to ask you these questions for ages just because I don't know a collector your age who's like 18 and has a 6-figure collection. So I've always wanted to ask these questions. So I'm really glad you could come on and talk about it.
No worries.
I'll put your Instagram below, so if anyone wants to go check it out, and I hope you get your base set first edition. Maybe when you get it, you can bring it on if you.
Yeah, I will.
But obviously, you might not want to travel anywhere with it because it's very expensive. And I know I'd be the same. Yeah, I'll come to you instead. That'd be easier.
We'll sort something out, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be great. So thanks for talking, and I'll speak to you soon.
No worries. Bye.
Bye.